Okay, it says that I am live. I know I'm a couple of minutes early, but I figured I'd be a couple of minutes early. That way, when the time comes, I'll click the timers and they'll be closer to accurate to, what's actually happening in the world. Plus, there's a really big lag when I look at what I say and I look at what is showing on the YouTube monitor. And I imagine there's probably even more latency involved in it being sent to you guys, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I have no idea what it really is. But anyway, that's that. And what do we have? It's 58, so a couple of minutes. My back is bugging me today, so I may be a little slow on the uptake because I didn't have to, but I did eat a cyclobenzaprine, I guess is what it's called. It's the thing I take for acute things with my back. Usually when it pinches a nerve, it's like a muscle spasm kind of thing. Hey, Prince Leafy, aloha. How's it going, man? Nice to have you here. What time is it now? It's 58 still. Okay. Yippee-yay, upstairs. Wow. And I may be kicking in my heater. I have it under my desk, kind of pointing at me. So kind of at my lap and my belly. So I will just turn it on when I'm cold and turn it off, like that. So you may be hearing some beeping and whirring of the on button, because there's 3 settings and I use the 3rd one, so it's like beep, beep, beep. And then, well, anyway, it'll happen. You'll hear it when it does. Okay, 59. Does anybody have any great stories they want to tell everybody tonight? Any crazy questions you want to ask me? I played Octortle this morning, so the dailies have been played, but I have it set up to play the practice versions. So if I do any gameplay, it'll be Octortle tonight. Did either of you guys see the K Diamonds gemstone video? Hey Ben, good to see you, man. Aloha. Okay, it's 8. I'm going to kick off the timers. I know Rob hates it, but it's what I need, man. Scroll down to here. Where is it? Evil timer. There you go. And this one. Right. They should be going fine now. Yeah, they're just a few seconds off from each other, so it should be all right. So I think I mostly want to do triggers tonight. Well, triggers and a little bit of chatting with you guys, right? That kind of thing. Hopefully they won't be too crazy loud upstairs. Oh, hey Ben, I know you like the crinkle things, right? So this came to my mind because I know you like the crinkle things. I saw this and I went, I think Ben will dig this. You hear that crinkle already, man? Hey James, how's it going? Aloha. So here we go. How's that for crazy? case, you know, anybody's curious, the secret is it's the plastic that the green suit came in. That's where I keep it, and I just shove it back in the bag that it shipped in. Anyway, so it's the green suit in a clear bag. I love it, though. Isn't that cool? I can hide behind it. You know, I think I might do. Let me know if you think this would be interesting or you think I'm just being silly. And I might make it anyway, even if you guys think it's silly. Who knows? Thanks, man. It just dawned on me what it might be a cool thing to do is for me to wear the full-on green suit, the one that doesn't, you know, let my head poke through or my hands poke through, so I'd be entirely green suited. And it's kind of a difficult thing because you have to look through the fabric, right? It's kind of But I was thinking maybe I would do like a no talking trigger only thing where I'd be in the green suit, you know what I mean? And so all you would see is the stuff being handled by the Invisible Man. I mean, clearly my hands would cover it up, and, you know, obviously that you get the weird effect from that. But I don't know, I think that might be kind of interesting. Oh, and I'm, yeah. Anyway, so what should I do to start with? Let's let me go back to this. I'll do some crinkling for a while. I was going to save it till later, but I could always do it now and do it later. I love this sound. Such a good crinkle. Hey, Kate Manda, welcome. Aloha. Thanks, Rowdy Boys. Yeah, it's scheduled. I think, I don't remember the times. Hey, how's it going? Was it Mr. I'm going to screw up your name. Kierman? Mr. Kierman? See, I think the live stream of Mind Test Monday is supposed to be starting at 6. And I think the video is about 40 minutes long, so I think it starts at like 5:20 or something like that. Hey, Vidya, thank you. And Master, is that Master Ireland? Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate that. So I have done a premiere on my original channel a long time ago, and I kind of just forgot how it goes, but I think I just watched the video with you guys, and I'm in the chat while I'm watching. And the thing is, we're just all watching it together, right? So except for latency, we'll all be seeing the same thing more or less at the same time. I think that is how it will go. And then, of course, I'll have to switch over. I don't know exactly how it works, so I'll probably be a little bit clumsy because I haven't done it before. But going from the... all right, Caitlin. You know, I'm thinking what I might do. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should wait and hold off. And, yeah, I won't talk about the stuff I want to do on Mind Test Monday Live. I'll just let it be surprises and like that. This is such a good crinkle. This is such a good crinkle. This Caveman. Okay, I think I might just put my head on this and you know what I mean? It's such a nice sound. I hope it's as good in your guys' speakers or headphones as it is in the room here. It's really nice. It's really nice. Okay, so just to let everybody know a couple of things. There's a community tab. Some of you have already, sent me messages there, and that's cool, Ruby. Thank you. I had always thought that it was set up for you guys to post on there as well, but it's not. It wasn't. So, but you guys can post on the community thing now, and I think. That's a good place to put, like, if you want to do, like FAQ type stuff, I might revisit that concept. Or also just, suggestions for videos. I mean, I'm a curmudgeon, so I don't promise to do what you request, but I will think about it, and I will respond and let you know. It's like, hey, that's an interesting idea, but I'm not going to do it, or I just don't like it, or something like that. Thanks, man. You tried your own stick in the jar. I think it has to be something that has a certain amount of friction with the jar. I think that's why that plastic chopstick, right? It's a weird kind of plastic that's supposed to approximate ivory or bone. And I think it's the kind of subtle friction of it that makes it work. I'm not 100% though. Although, I don't know. Maybe because I tried it with the paper. Here. Ben, we'll come back to this. Oh, before I do this, okay. And here, we'll do this just for a sec. Why not here? Anyway, I got a mason jar, but I like this. Here, dig this. The pitch of it changes pretty subtly. Oh, that rings too much for me. Let's see if I can. Ooh, that's too loud. Yikes. Sorry about that, you guys. Anyway. Well, that's kind of a nice sound, too. Okay, so here's that imitation bone ivory chopstick, right? Like that, and I'll see able to do it with the paintbrush. Yeah, not really, huh? It kind of does it, but it's not the same. I think it needs the friction. I think it's got to be something that's got just the right friction. So, Cape Manda, I know you're a fan of this sound in particular. I'm thinking of making something that's kind of somewhat in an SBB, where I'm going to do very little talking with a lot of this, but I want to layer it with, like, multiple ones happening simultaneously in different spots, between, the stereo field. Do you think that's overkill? Or do you think that would be interesting? Again, I may make it anyway, but I do welcome feedback. See, there you go. There's a smoother spot and it doesn't do so well. Set this aside for a minute. I'm feeling a little scatterbrained, which could easily be to the cyclobenzaprine doesn't really make me drowsy, but it does make me kind of slow. What was that? So, like, if I still drove, I don't know if I think it was a good idea to drive. It doesn't make me blurry-eyed or anything like that, but I think it does kind of fiddle with my reaction time at touch, and probably, mental processing and all of that, I suppose. I don't understand the chemical function of it, so, I can't say. Hey, Nasal Penny. Aloha. How have you been? Nice to see you. Oh, here. I lost the other small jar. I should say I misplaced it, I guess. I don't know. That I used to do the thing, but I'm going to try using, this is my actual pill jar that I use for my daily pills, which is empty because I've taken everything. But, because I take a bunch of things in them. Well, not a bunch of things. I take, I guess, 3 pills and a vitamin D tab and, hey, peanut butter. But then I take 2 other gabapentins through the day, so, but I'm done. Oh man, don't do that. Don't do that. Your camera, just stop. Just stop. You're not doing me any favors. Oh, that's what it's doing. It's seeing that the way my hand is going and it's misinterpreting it. Jeez. Yeah, I realized that, Kate Minda. They gave me, of course, the whole info sheet that, when you take this, and do you want to talk to your pharmacist, and dot, 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 dot. And there's even a thing on there that they suggest that you shouldn't operate heavy machinery and the like. Flexeril weed and Scooby-Doo. Oh, just so you guys who are following the drama of Bill's lost channels, I think it was Chris Miller that made the suggestion. I don't think he's the only one, but about that I should file a grievance with YouTube with the Better Business Bureau. So I did that this morning. Although I got a response from them that gave me a complaint number and a link with a code, because they said I had a message, which I was surprised because I didn't think they were open on Saturdays. But the link worked, but the code didn't. So I tried to send them an email saying, hey, you sent me this link and you sent me this code, and it didn't work. So hopefully somebody will get back to me. Otherwise, where do you make a complaint about the Better Business Bureau. Wow, this is already going fast, so my whole sense of time is totally skewed. Because it's already down to 2 minutes to the first break. Oh, since I was speaking about the cyclobenzaprine or whatever the hell it is, one thing I do like about it, because it's, I guess it functions as a muscle relaxer, at least as part of its stuff. So when I hang from my pull-up bar, I think I get better decompression, you know what I mean? I think things give up the tension a little bit better, and I can feel my spine kind of going there. Yeah, I don't know, I was bitching about it to my dad, and my dad said, you know, they've got a phone number, call them on Monday, be the dog that barks, so that, you know, kind of the squeaky wheel, the barking dog, whatever it is, be it a nuisance that, you know, so I don't know. That's what I'm going to try Monday. I mean, I hate having to do that kind of thing, but I don't know what else to do at this point. Issue with beer, my account. What I'm not understanding what you're not understanding. No, I stand up, stretch, hang from my chin-up bar or pull-up bar, whatever you want to call it, to decompress my spine. I have degenerative discs. I've lost 2 inches of height, to give you an idea how much disc I've lost. So I have a lot of, oops, there we go. Hang on. Okay, it's time for me to take a break, gang. All right, so I'm back. Oop, crap, I just kicked my heater. All right, reposition it after my... Hey, Sum-Zero. Are you not going to hang out with us, or are you just dropping in and dropping out? Whatever, you do what you need to do, man. Let's see, so what do I want to do now? I'll do some mic brushing for a while, because I know I like doing that. Do brushing on the mic. Just a little bit of brushing on the mic. Try to do it with a soft touch. Brushing on the mic. interesting. It says we have 27 concurrent viewers, but that I've had 74 views, which means a bunch of people have dropped in and bailed. I guess I'm just not what they're looking for tonight. Switch to the other side now for a little bit. This mic got kind of out of kilter, didn't it? It's kind of sitting on a slant. That was a bad move, Bill. Thanks, Sub-Zero. All right. Trying to brush slowly. Trying to brush softly as I speak softly. And brush softly. I was watching a couple of Maria's videos today, which, you know, I watch Maria several times a week, to be honest. And I realized that I move and speak too fast sometimes, I think. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more mindful about trying to be a little slower. Maybe, you know, in the slowness, it'll, you know, exaggerate the deliberate nature. I don't know, maybe that'll help it to be more successfully tinkly. Or relaxing, or whatever it is you're looking for, but I always shoot for the idea that there's tingles to be had, because I like tingles a lot. Although I do have to be careful, because I do get what's the word I'm looking for, that where you kind of build up a tolerance. So I have this sort of ebb and flow of the tingle thing because of, you know, overexposure, I guess is the idea. Brushing on a microphone and being kind of quiet. Immunity, yeah, right. And I'm brushing on the microphone. And I'm brushing on the microphone. Do I like it? You know, I do. I've tried doing it a couple of times. I don't know if I've been successful at it though. So I don't know, maybe I should try doing it more. I think what I should do is watch more of it. You know what I mean? So that I could figure out how it works for me, and then maybe I could, you know, reproduce it. I'm sorry that you guys have such trouble sleeping. You know, I'm glad that, you know, I can give you guys at least some relief, I hope. Wow, Cape Manda, that's ridiculous. That's too little sleep. Are they going to be able to help you? You think be able to get better sleep? Mike's clock's ticking. You're welcome, Sum-Zero. Let me see if I can. This will be interesting. Does Bill's brain on the effect of, as mild as it is, for the cyclobenzaprine, affect my ability to, I think if let me try this. If I sit more like this, I can kind of watch the monitor to help me, with my lack of coordination, so that I could whisper over here and brush over there a little bit. Wow, well, happy early birthday. I hope you have a fantastic birthday, last scholar. And thanks for watching, I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Kate Manda. I really appreciate you for, the efforts that you make. Yeah, of course. If you have a consistent, if it's consistent enough to be considered chronic, then by all means seek some, to find out if there's some sort of medical or pharmaceutical intervention that might work, right? Maybe intervention isn't quite the right word, but I think you take my meaning. I'm brushing over there, trying to be mindful of the fact that I should be slow and deliberate and softly speaking and or whispering. Yeah, I wish all of you luck with. What is the thing that goes beyond wishing you luck? I know that I resemble a wizard by some people's estimation and description, but times and moments like this, I kind of wish I was, in fact, a wizard and I could, conjure up some sort of spell or something that would, in fact, put you into a deep and absolutely restful sleep with, vivid, beautiful, dreams that make you wake up and go, yay for me. Hey, Rich, how's it going, man? Wait, it was okay. I thought. Oops, somebody's message just disappeared. Okay. Thanks, Kate, man. Okay, I'm gonna switch, which mic I brush and which mic I do the speaking into now. Okay, so now can I reposition myself so I can maybe try to use the monitor better, more effectively, so I can. Oh, wait a minute, that's crazy. One of them is behind me and one of them is not. Oh, I see what's going on. Let me do this. And I think I want to do this. Right? Am I now in front of it? Yeah, okay, now I'm in front of it. All right. Now let me put this back here. Okay, yeah, there we go. Hey, Ankura, Sunny, Anakura Sunny. Is that even close to what you expect to be the pronunciation? All right, so yeah, I can kind of, although I'm less coordinated, at least a bit, with my left hand, as my right hand is more or less my dominant hand. I think I may have told the story already, but I'll tell it again. I think it was when I was in first grade. Yeah, I think pretty sure it was first grade. Well, when I was young like that, I was completely ambidextrous. But when I got to school, I was basically forced to pick a hand. And I picked right because there weren't enough left-handed scissors. I mean, I think maybe they had like one, maybe two pairs of left-handed scissors, and there was already a kid that was only left-handed. Anyway. Oh, okay, I'll just use Sunny then, if that's okay. I'm trying to brush slowly. Trying to brush slowly. Trying to speak and whisper softly. I'm brushing over there, and I'm currently whispering into this microphone. I'm whispering over here. Let me get very close and whisper very, very softly. And now I will do sort of the combination of soft speaking with a little bit of whisper. And I'm whispering, and I'm brushing, and I'm whispering, and I'm brushing, and I'm speaking, and I'm brushing. Oh no. That's too bad about your hat, man. Well, Sonny, if you fall asleep, don't worry about it. Nobody's going to hold it against you. Oh, honk honk, I am very careful with the cyclobenzaprine stuff. I rarely use it more than, say, 2 days in a row. Usually by then, that with, ice pack, my new vibrator pad, and that also does heat, and my recliner, I use the pad on my bed and the ice pack in my recliner. So I kind of have a weird little routine that I do. I mean, it makes me be, today's not super bad, so I don't even know that tomorrow I'll need it, but it just got bad this afternoon, and I thought if I'm going to do the live stream, I need to not be in pain, so, and it's doing its job, so. Oh, hey, Javon. I am well. ASMR my whole life, so you know. But as far as the YouTube experience of it, I don't remember who. I don't remember who would have been the first one that I noticed, but there was a few. They were girls that were doing whisper videos, and they only showed, like, say, like from here to here, you know what I mean? So you didn't really see their eyes, and you only really saw, you know, just below their chin kind of thing. So the benzoprine isn't the same thing as the other. I mean, I don't understand the chemistry of it, to be honest. But a fun fact about myself. I don't know what would be a fun fact about myself. I don't know. What is a fun fact about me? I'm drawing a total blank. Yeah, I don't know. I really can't think of them. Oops, there goes the break time thing. Okay, I'm gonna go take a break. So I'm still trying to think of what would be a fun fact about myself. I don't know. What is a fun fact about me? I got a long beard, but you can see that for yourself. Let's do the good old chunk of wood. Oops, hang on. Something's going on over here with the software stuff. Okay, now it's all fine. I'm just being paranoid. Fun fact about Bill. I don't know, I play guitar. I kind of can sort of operate a keyboard. Oh, I see. No, I don't have any extra toes. There's nothing hidden in the beard. Well, except for I have a pretty exaggerated Adam's apple. I don't know if I can show it to you, or you can see it. No, not really. It's too much covered up by hair, but I'm a skinny guy with a kind of long neck, and, you know, the Adam's apple, it would be pretty noticeable. No, Sonny, I do play keyboard / piano a little bit. like I'd say I could play block chord blues, basically, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know, if you're curious about my music stuff, I do have a music channel that's also one of the channels I lost access to. That is called Three Monks in a Tub. I usually have links to it in most descriptions of my videos. I don't remember if I put it in the descriptions of the live streams or not. Yeah, my chin is hidden under the beard. I mean, I used to be ambidextrous as a kid, so, you know, that's one thing, I suppose. Oh, here's a thing, and this is a silly sort of trivial thing, but I don't know. I've recently, I think I've mentioned this before, but I've recently kind of developed a fascination for fountain pens. Mostly because I'm going to write a letter to a really good friend of mine's daughter. It's, you know, there's a long story to it, but I thought getting really good stationery and using a fountain pen with, you know, nice ink in the whole thing, you know, making it look really like something special. Hey, Space, yeah? Oh, your name is Sid? Well, aloha, Sid. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you have a good time. Oh, cool, you collect them. Well, here, I'll show you mine. It's nothing fancy at all, but I only have one right now. And it's a cheap one. It's a platinum. What do they call this model? You have to, I can't read it. And these glasses aren't very good. They're good for the computer, but they're not good for reading. So it's the, oh, it doesn't say. Oh, yeah, they do. Okay. It's the Prefount, I guess. I'm not, it looks like it's probably a French name. But it's graphite blue is what they call it. And it's a medium nib. And it posts, right? So, but I go to, I found, what's, Goulet Pens, that's where I bought it, because I found their YouTube channel, and I used to watch their, they used to do a lot of, you know, shows. I don't know, I don't remember if they did them live or not. But there was a guy that did it with the owner. I can't even remember their names. It's been so long since I watched them, because the one guy, Drew, I think was his name, he left the company to go do something else. And wow, 200 Zowie. Okay, so now I need to ask you some questions. We're gonna, sorry gang, Kate Mand and I are gonna talk about pens for a second, because I'm new to the whole thing. Because there's a bunch that I get, well, there's a bunch that are super expensive, like those Rodden, and I can't think of all the other names for this stuff. It's just crazy. Oh, you're welcome, Travis. But, man, there's a whole mess of pens that are just gorgeous to look at. And I'm not, you know, I don't know. I don't know. There's some fancy ones that I kind of like. Ooh, that would be nice. Although I think I will buy a couple of more. I think I'll, you know, start modestly. Like I'll probably get a Lamy Safari, and there's some TWSBI ones that I find very interesting, that because of the fact that they're, what do they call it? I can't think of the name of it. I'm sure you'll know what it is, Kate Manda, but and oh, and there's these Noodler ones that have flex nibs. So I think that there's kind of the next few I think I'll get is, do I collect stuff? Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I think I'm about to become a fountain pen collector. I only have one, but I often go to like the Goulet Pen website and just, I guess, you know, window shop / fetish the pens, because some of them are just gorgeous. I mean, as far as like, you know, object d'art, whatever, how you're supposed to say that in the French phrase, you know, art objects. Oh, so you have the Flex? Man, do I use the relaxing method of filling up the bottom row with one color? Are you talking about, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Hong Kong. Am I reading any books at the moment? No, I'm not. You know, I need to, though. This is a thing I kind of feel bad about because my eyesight got so bad, and for a long time I didn't have any decent reading glasses. Um, I kind of fell out of the habit of reading, and you know, it kind of sucks. I should just restart, just because reading is good for your brain, I believe. Oh yeah, I've seen some of those Visconti pens. Some of those are crazy. Although Visconti has some of those, like I can't remember the name of the series, but one of them's like Aphrodite, one of them is like Zeus or something, or Poseidon or whatnot. That's like, you know, the Greek gods kind of thing. And they look like they're, you know, that kind of resin stuff, but they look really beautiful. Oh, Ben, you got a fountain pen too. Groovy. Bix. Crazy. Yeah, I think it is MSE. So I think it's, you know, I don't know. There's an unfun fact about Bill that I've fallen out of the habit of reading, which is something I should rectify. Yeah, I should, absolutely. You know, I think if I read more, I think it would improve my ability to do the story reading. Do I have any pets, Sonny? Okay, no, I don't have any pets. However, upstairs, okay, so I live in, if I'll just give you the brief description for those people who may not know already. So I live in my family home, that, you know, where I spent some of my childhood living here, right? Anyway, I came back here, and my dad has allowed me to take over the garage and the back storage room basement area. I took out that wall, and so I made myself a little project studio, you know, place. I have my own bathroom and a little kitchenette area and that whole thing. Anyway, so, but my sister and her husband live upstairs, along with, you know, a couple of her kids, and this guy Terrell, who's a family friend, he lives with us, and my dad lives upstairs. And I tend to think of it, I live down here and they live up there, just because there's a separation. Anyway, so there's my sister and her husband have 2 dogs. Her daughter has a dog. Jarrell has 2 dogs, so that's 5. My dad and my nephew keep 2 pit bulls. So there's 5, so I guess it's 7 dogs. And right now we're babysitting dogs that belong to my other niece, her and her partner. They're currently traveling, so we're babysitting their dogs. Well, I'm not babysitting them; you know, they're being babysat. But, you know, mostly I don't keep pets because I'm very absent-minded and can be horribly irresponsible about, you know, small things like that. Well, small things. It's not small to feed your pet, but you know what I mean. I'm just bad with that stuff. So I've just said, you know, dude, I just can't keep pets. However, what I do, and I like to do, and frankly, I'm the only one that does, is I like to get on the floor and play with the dogs, and, you know, roll around with them and pet them. And it's like when I come into the room, they're all like, they kind of not quite fight each other, but they're all jostling for, you know, my attention basically. And yeah, I like it. It's good for me. And I can like sit on the couch, and the 2 pit bulls will like kind of sit on either side of me, and the other small dogs kind of pung on my lap. And there's one of Jarrell's dogs is this little Chihuahua, and he likes to kind of try to crawl in my beard. So I really love doing. Now there's a fun fact about me. I love rolling on the floor with the dogs. Oh, another fun fact about me is that I got to start speaking more slowly. See, I get excited and I get all worked up. In the last year I took up gardening, although I've we've had a bit of rain here recently, and so I haven't been doing the gardening, and a bunch of this clover and grass type stuff is like really just popped up. So in the next week or so, I'm going to have quite a bit of work to try to get a lot of that stuff out of the patch of garden that I've already got planted. Let's see what I have there. I have, I think, because a couple of them died, because I bought them in these little seedling things, only about like that. Oh, stop, you thing. Just, no, stop. Thank you. I bought them as this small seedling type things. And so anyway, so I have probably 3 or 4 coyote mint. I have about the same number of just regular yarrow. I have 1 yarrow, I don't remember what they call it, but it's going to produce yellow flowers, I think. It hasn't bloomed yet. I have a couple of sticky monkey flowers, which I really love. Those are fantastic. I have a couple of California fuchsia. Actually, I guess I have 3 of those. I lost 2 of them because of deer. They come into our garden, and I don't know that they eat them, but they trample them. Oh, I imagine there's a ton of snow in Sweden. Yeah. Anyway, I have comments to catch up on, so all right. Okay. Oh, hey, Justin. Hi, how's it going? I didn't see you. Okay, wow, okay. What kind of ice cream do I like? I like mint chocolate chip kind of thing. However, what I really like, and I haven't been able to find it, and I don't even remember the brand of it, it was, they like mint ice cream with chocolate chip is usually what you get. So it's the green stuff with the chocolate in it. But I found once in one of the corner stores in San Francisco, actually I guess I got it like there, I don't know, a few times, and then they didn't have it anymore, was dark chocolate ice cream with mint chips in it. That is the bomb. Holy mackerel, that is so good. So I guess that's my favorite ice cream. I just can't seem to find it anywhere. And I can't remember the brand of it. So, yeah, reading is fantastic. Yeah, I think you're right, Hong Kong. Plus, I think there's a benefit in developing your imagination, building the story for you, right? You will do your own visualizing of what the characters look and sound like and all of that. And I believe there's an absolute value in your brain being able to do that. Did I already say, hey, Justin? No, I never saw Almost Famous, but the Uncool, okay, I'll keep that in mind. A Course in Miracles. I am unfamiliar with what that is. Wow, 6 dogs is plenty. Cat and the hamster. Yeah. When I was a kid, our school, like they had where you have the class pet, and one time I got to take it home. That was fun. It was a little hamster, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, pit bulls they get such a bad rap, because these 2 dogs are just gorgeous, and they're what do they call them? They have a tan coat with white, like their feet, and they have white spots in their ears and stuff, but they have pink noses, and they're really, really pretty, and they're just the gentlest of dogs. Best road trip ever taken. When I used to drive, I had, for a long time, I owned a 71 Volkswagen bus, which, man, I loved. That was the stupidest thing I ever did, was getting rid of that. Well, maybe not the stupidest, but it was among the stupid things I've done. It was an absolute brilliant car to own, and it was was, you know, the old ones with the air-cooled motor. And it was when I was still married. And so I was married. I lived in San Diego, and we drove up to visit my uncle in LA and stayed. I think we stayed 2 nights with him, and then we continued up, and I came up the coast road that goes along all the windy cliff type stuff along the coast of California, and that's a bitchin' drive. I've also taken another, I guess you could count this as a road trip. I took a long time ago. It was after I was divorced, but oh man, so I think it was like my late 20s, early 30s. No, late 20s, I guess. It was right after my divorce, I guess. A friend and I took the green tortoise from, where did we catch it? I don't even remember. I think we caught it in San Francisco, and it took us down to like Venice Beach or something like that. I don't remember, but it was overnight. We caught it at night, and they dropped us off at Venice at like really early hours in the morning, like 5 or 6 in the morning or something. All right. Wow, that sounds cool, Sonny. Working with dogs. Which books on my reading list? I don't have any right now on my reading list. Oh, that's not true. A friend of mine sent me a book, and I can't think of the title of it. So whatever that is, I'll put that on, because he sent it to me, so I might as well read it. Oops, there was the break thing. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a bit of a break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to have a little bit more water. Okay, all right. Where was I at with the comments? Okay. And all right, so yeah, Ben was in the storm. Wow. That's crazy, Ben. Wow. I'm glad that you are okay, Ben. A pet possum. An actual possum, or the opossum like we have here in the States? Because I think they're 2 different animals, aren't they? Wow, dude, I'm so glad you're safe, Ben. Man, that's just crazy scary. So what am I going to do now? I think I will play a couple of the practice rounds of Octorl for a bit. And yeah. Let me move this over here a little bit. Do that like that. Oh, let me move it out of the way so I can still see the comments. Excuse me. So I need to switch this to this mode. Right, there I am. There's the tiny me. Hey, how you guys doing? So I'm looking the right direction, right? Yeah, okay. Let me get out my clicky mechanical keyboard. I can't use the both my Logitech mouse and the Logitech keyboard, which were both wireless, and they hooked up to one of those little transceiver things together, you know. And I liked it because the Logitech keyboard it had this slight bend in it, so it was ergonomic. I really liked that. It improves my typing. You know, when I'm on a good day, when I had that keyboard, I could type as I spoke. You know what I mean? So I don't think I can type that fast with this keyboard at all. Anyway, oops, I'm not in the right window. There you go, dude. And so, what are we gonna have here? That last one is likely surly. What's that one going to be? Maybe naive? That one might be cheek or check, or that one's probably union. That one's probably need or kneel or something. All right, I'm going to put in plum, which is my common habit. Okay, so it isn't going to be naive at all. Anime. All right, that is going to be surly. Is that one going to be speed, maybe? I wonder if that one is penne, right? Isn't that a pasta? Okay. Too easy. Yeah, that's going to be speed, I bet. No, it's not. Sweep. Oh no, do I have enough? Yeah, I can't make any more mistakes. That's kneel. I think that's union. And it's cheek. Alright, so what's this one? Daddy, I guess, yeah. Oops. What do you know? Okay. Hang on, I meant some. Okay, I thought that there was one animal that was a possum that was lived in Europe. That's different from the opossum that we have here in the States. So maybe I'm remembering that wrong. Is humming the timer? I don't get what you mean, Ben. Anyway, I'm going to start a new game of this. So now what do we have here? So that's pithy, P-I-T-H-Y. So that's not going, it could be chain. It's not China, I'm going to say chain because of the and, right? Okay. And that could be thump, maybe. That could be coven. What else could it be? Dot, 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 dot. Do I need to use plum? All right, I'm going to use plum. All right, that is thumb, not thump. And that is pithy. And matey. And bluff. And liner. And I'm going to try coven. Okay, what's this here then? Venue. All right. Hang on. Dot, 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 dot. Oh, all right. In any case, I will emphasize again, Ben, I'm so glad you're okay. Again, is that going to be cheek or check? I don't know. What is that one with the... I'm not sure. All right, that's probably chalk. Probably clank. All right, again, plum is very useful. Yep, it's clank. shade. What is that going to be? I'm not sure. Is that one going to be oval? Flyer, I think. How many do I have? I have 4 to get 3. Okay, it's cheek. That's good. What do I want to do? I could do waged, and that'll clear up that. Yeah, I'm going to try that, and then let's see what happens if I use waged. All right, so it is grape, and it isn't neither G or D in there, so I'm going to say it's shave. All right, yay. All right. Wow. That's a significant storm, isn't it? Oh, what's the time getting to be on here? Oh, I haven't turned on the... I guess it doesn't have the white clock in the gaming mode, so I have to put that up here. Okay, it's still... yeah, that's okay. Okay. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Why'd you do that? Wrong button, I guess. Okay, here we go. Stank. Probably false. I'm not sure what that other one is. Smart. Crimp. Might that one be freed or freer or what? What is that one with the I and the S in it? Bliss. It took me a minute to see it. Tepid, probably. Okay, so it's freed. And now I was going to say doing, but that, oh, dingo. Oops, dingo. There we go. And I have time for a few more, and then I'll... Oh, this one is far. Is that one going to be maybe koala? Nope, it's going to be polka. Oops. And probably spurn. Oops. And soothe. Limbo. Girth, I think. Oh, it could be girth. Or is that what do I have here? I don't know. Spoil. Let's do that. And least. And oh, it's aisle. Heebie-jeebie. All right, so let's try girth. There we go. All right, let's check this again real quick. Nope, we're fine on time. Let me go back over to here. Let's do a new game. You know, let's do sequence for a minute. Just because I like that one as well. Probably hound. Probably hound, right? Stare. I suppose it could be sitar. No, it was stare. Okay, hence. And dried, isn't it? CO comic. And is C like that? Okay. And entry. Oh man, this could be bingo. It could be lingo. You know, I'm going to put in plum. Alright, it is bingo, I think. Alright. Oh, I just realized that the way that the little watermark thing is kind of covering my actual face up down there a little bit, isn't it? That's a lot. Alright. Fishy. Joint. Freak. Wow, okay. Plum, nope. Waged. Ardor. Okay. Relic. Grown. Oops. Saute. Alloy. Label. Steel. And dusky. Where are we at? Oops. I got things all fucking discombobulated. There we go. Let me do this one again. Nope. Let's do this one and then this one. Okay. Do a new game. Cushy. Joint. Freak. Drite. Nope. Orbit. And dicey. And deuce. And garoon, maybe? Nope. Alright, let's put in plum. Prowl. Alright. Quake. Stamp. And leafy. And octal. Oops. Alright. We're getting close. I'll do one more of these and then I'll switch to the regular thing and I'll just babble for a few minutes until it's time for the break. Mint, lint, I don't know, let's put in plum, mint. Trade, probably. Vigor. Rigor. Grove. Slept. Unite. Oops, nope, untie. Vogue. And log in. Okay. Thanks, Olaps. Alright, so I'm going to put this aside for a little bit, and let me switch back over to this bit, like here, and I can just babble about stuff, and, you know, while I'm babbling, I think I will do, you know, while I'm babbling, I'm going to revisit this. Superior crinkle. God, this is such a good crinkle. You know, I did it before, but you guys, I'm going to take a nap now. Here we go. I'm just gonna... Such a nice sound. WAQFS, I don't know what that means. I used to use what is it, Vixen and Squiz or something like that. They're getting rid of that collection of letters. Like in the Chill. Is there a practice version on any of them for Chill? This one does. Octoral doesn't have a practice Chill. Because you get so many guesses in Chill that what I would do is Cushy, Joint, Freak, Plum, Waged, Vixen, Squiz. And that uses all the whole 26 letters. I should probably maybe think of some better words so I can do it in fewer. But I like that, WAQFS. Wow. Thanks for the word, though. That's really nice. Oops, there we go. Time for a break. Okay, so let me check up on that. I want 5 words. Yeah, it is interesting. But I use the ones I use because I tend to get pretty good results with them, so that's why I use them. But and like I've explained in a couple of other places and videos and whatnot, that I am not interested in getting good scores. I just could care less. What I'm interested in is being able to solve puzzles reliably. You know, I mean, it's like Mastermind. I'm not interested in doing weird, complicated guesses that, you know, are trying to get it so that I can shrink the number of moves. I just want to be able to, you know, the method I use almost always works unless I screw up. Well, that's what it works if I don't screw up. The only time I don't finish Mastermind is because I made a mistake in my logic, but otherwise I never run out of room. And most of the time I'm okay with the octoral, wordle, nordle stuff. But sometimes just because of the words that are there and the choices I've made, you end up with like a, you know, it's a 50-50. Is it this one or is it that one? You know, it's like, yikes. But there was something else I was going to say when I remember what it was. Okay, so some of you will know that I've been having this ongoing struggle with a leak that, you know, when I get heavy rain, actually I don't even have to be a heavy rain. If I just get, you know, a consistent rain, water seeps in because of the part of where I live is underground. Well, not entirely underground, but, you know, anyway, so it leaks and I get water on my floor, and it'll be like as much as maybe a gallon or more of, you know, it kind of just goes across the floor, and the floor tilts because it's a former garage, right? So it wants to run forward towards the garage door, which is fine. but it's a nuisance, and I don't like having water on my floor. Anyway, so I was trying a solution that was with this goop paint. I can't remember what it's called. Flex Seal or something like that, I think. Anyway, MSE has knowledge that I don't, and so he gave me the knowledge and said, dude, don't do that, you're wasting your time and money. Anyway, but I had bought a brush that was intended to be used for applying that stuff in some of the spots, and so I was going to try it because I'm not going to use it for that anymore. So maybe this might be a good brush to try. So let me know what you think of this. Oh, thanks for your respect, Olaf. That's great. I appreciate that. Anyway, let's see, how does this go? So is this a good brush to use? What do you guys think? Switch to the other side again. So, what's the verdict on the bigger brush? Anybody have any thoughts? It's a little weirder. Maybe it's just because I'm unused to it. Well, it's certainly what it is. I'm unused to it. But I've become accustomed, and I really quite enjoy using the craft brush on here. Just get over here. Let's try doing it kind of really on the ends. How is this? Where I'm kind of doing almost like I'm trying to do stippling, from watching Bob Ross, right? I could use the corner of the brush. I get some little trees. Okay, this is getting kind of fun, so I think I will keep this as part of that. This brush is now not going to get used for anything practical. It's going into my pile of ASMR stuff. I need to get a box that I can organize and keep all of my various ASMR stuff, right? Like I need to buy a mason jar that's dedicated just for ASMR, so I don't have to, because I'm really getting into the I've got a kombucha SCOBY growing that I keep, although it got cold recently, so I think I need to, revitalize it. I think they're still there. I just need to, maybe give them some more black tea and sugar and put them in my proof box that I made for myself. I just bought a big plastic storage box and put a heating pad underneath it. And that's what so I can keep them, because it gets cold down here. So I can keep and I also have a ginger bug. So I can make ginger ale and other sodas. I'm currently trying an experiment that I'm calling Dr. Jean. It's kind of a joke because my dad really likes Dr. Pepper. And so I tried to look up some recipes for, homemade Dr. Pepper. And I guess it's super complicated because Dr. Pepper, of course, it's a secret recipe, but there's like 23 different stuff, fruits and herbs and spices and things like that. Anyway, so yeah, exactly, Kate Manda. Anyway, so I've got this stuff that I'm trying to experiment with. What do I have in there? There's like some cinnamon and star anise and some nutmeg and clove and I put in a bunch of raisins and some lemon, and I don't remember, but you know, a whole pile of stuff. And I tasted it before I put it into the bottle. And here's the thing: sodas are different warm than they are cold, right? And so when I taste it, I was like, this is either going to be really good or it's going to not. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of those yay or bleh. I don't think it'll be a meh. I think, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be extremely one or the other. But we'll see. Also, I have another experiment going that's using a berry tea from, who is it? Celestial Seasons or something? I think it's like the wild berry mixed tea or something like that. It's one of their herbal ones. Obviously no caffeine kind of stuff, right? Because I'm very sensitive to caffeine, so once in a while I'll have a cup of coffee. I had to give up black tea. I mean, again, once in a while I can have it, but that wasn't so much the caffeine jittery thing, but something about black tea just started upsetting my stomach. Well, tea, because I can't drink brewed green tea. I can, however, do matcha if I do it, you know, with the whisk and the water, you know, whatever. And I enjoy that. So I think of that as my morning drug uses. I have a couple of doses of matcha. So I have matcha, and then I have my cup of chicory. Then I have another dose of matcha, and I enjoy another cup of chicory. And then it's like, all right, dude, get to work. Which either means doing stuff around the house, or working on music, or making stuff for you guys, right? That's the majority of my days. That's, you know, what happens. Anyway, you know, I'm going to do what I do with that good old chunk of wood. This might be better for end grain brushing. What do you think? Let's try that. Oh yeah, I like that. Let me switch hands. Yeah, it mostly is Olap's. It'll be better when I can get back to enjoying a monetized YouTube channel. Well, I mean, the other one is monetized. It's just, since I'm not putting stuff out on that channel, viewership has really tanked. Of course it does, because, you know, there's no new stuff there. And so, I mean, I wasn't making a bunch of money yet, but it was growing and showing promise. And it was to the place where I was like, okay, this is fine. If I could just do this till I die, I'm fine financially. And now it's not. Yeah, it does, huh? I really like it, yeah. The staining of the wood thing, that's a good comparison. Fantastic. Let's try and do it just without doing the short strokes, but just doing a full. whole collection of these types of paintbrushes, man. This is just too good. I don't know why I haven't done this before. This is really, really nice. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, I do like playing solitaire. I don't play it as much as I used to, just because there's so many games I like playing on the computer that, when I'm feeling like I need to just sort of chill out and play a game for just sort of relaxing the brain and having a little fun. So yeah, I don't play computer solitaire though. I mean, I used to. And I don't know, it just seemed like I just play it with cards, you know what I mean? I don't like the idea that everything in the world gets digitized. I think there's value in using things that are not digitized, right? Like, real cards for solitaire or any card game. Or an actual backgammon set as opposed to a program that lets you play backgammon. Although I suppose if you have a friend that you like playing backgammon with and they live a long distance away, because I know some games will allow you to play, with not just the computer, but play other people. Oh, thanks, Kate Manda. Wait, hang on a second. MSC's giving me information here. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's lots of times that my brain just, either it's something just out of basic ignorance, or just a misunderstanding on my part. That's the one that's the worst, right? Whoops. Where you think you know something or you understand it, and then somebody gives you some information and you go, all right, that's like, So I do try to keep that in mind to a certain degree, because I believe, as I get older, I'm realizing that there is value in cultivating humility and, what's the word I'm looking for? Gratitude, Because, there's a lot of things about my life that aren't great, like my spine is broken, I have, mental health issues, but, I eat pills, so that helps. But the truth is I have a lot of things that are okay in the world, Like I have a good relationship with my family. Hey, Dylan, how's it going? I like playing with the dogs. Living here with in my dad's, garage, basement, whatever you want to call this, and being able to have access so I can do gardening. And basically, I just told my dad I don't like the way the front yard is. Nobody else in the house upstairs is taking care of it. I'm just going to do it. And, I'll pay for it out of my own money and, whatever. He said, fine. So I'm just going to do that. Anyway, okay. Thanks, Olabs. Oh, you know what? I need to figure out the rules for Mahjong. I used to play it a long time ago because my mom, I did a show and tell of my mom's Mahjong set, which is, I don't know if it's really old enough to be a real antique, but it's really quite old. I don't remember if there's a date in the book or not, because the rule book is in there. And it's an old beat-up rule book, but anyway, I should relearn to play it, because I could do that the same way I do like backgammon and, the solitaire's a game, but it's just yourself anyway. But the way I do the backgammon games, where I play both sides. Oh, it's called the evil timer, because it's the length, that tells you how long there is left in the stream. And the other one is when I'm going to take a next break, so I can kind of stretch my back. And it got the name Evil Timer because of Rob, Reclaimer Rob, because he's always trying to get me to, extend my time on here. And so when I started using the timer, so I could, keep it to a level that, my back is okay with. Because by the end of the day like this, I really have to be careful with my back, because it really gets worn out. But anyway, so it's sort of a joke, but because of the interaction I had with Rob, well, and other people as well, but Rob is the most vocal about do more, right? You're going to do an extra bonus section here, right? Oh, and here we go. There's a couple I missed here. I did say hi to Dylan. I'll say hi again. Let us know if you got anything going on, Dylan. You know what I mean as far as your creative stuff. Oh, hey, in Athens, Greece, early in the morning. Well, right on. Thank you for watching, and, welcome to the stream from California to you in Athens. Man, I would love to visit Athens. I can't, I love going places that aren't in the U.S., which I've barely been anywhere, frankly, because there's a different sense of history, you know what I mean, as far as, well, there's just a different sense of history. And so going back to someplace like Greece, or going to someplace like Greece would be amazing, I think. Anyway, my favorite form of Mexican food, chimichanga. It's one of the few things I'll actually eat red meat in. I barely eat red meat anymore. I mostly eat, eggs, fish, peanut butter, and milk are my main sources of protein. And I eat a bunch of all of those. But yeah, Mexican food is chimichangas. Oh, or I also like those, oops, there goes the timer again. Those fajita plates, when they bring them out from the kitchen and it's all sizzly and hot, you know what I mean? I like that kind of stuff. It's, crazy. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, gang, and I will be right back. Okay, where are we at? Got the international stream right on, yeah. See, now Kate Manda's getting on Rob's tip. There we go. Dude, yeah, I kind of figured you were around, Rob. I mean, you're almost always here, aren't you? I mean, which is fantastic. Thank you for being here, Rob. It's great when you chime in, but don't feel obligated, man. You know you're welcome. Oh, thanks, Bagooderman. Wow, MSC, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to think, do I have any stories that are similar to that? I don't know, nothing comes to mind, but yeah, I hate when I do goofy stuff like that. Whatever, we're humans. Stuff is going to be what stuff is going to be. What else do I want to, what do I want to do? I actually want to play more Octortle, but I don't want to have gaming be the main thing for tonight. I feel like I played a bunch. I might play a little bit more in a bit. Now there's only going to be 2 more segments, right? So, you guys and your constant bonus hour stuff. Well, you're going to get a live stream this Monday night, right? I think it's 6 p.m. my time. Is that what I scheduled it for? I don't want to leave the back end here although I suppose, I can do this with another tab, can't I? Let me try this real quick. This should be fine. I can do this. Yikes, sorry for all the flashing white. Go to content. And, okay, so, the Premiere is scheduled. Will it give me the details? Not analytics, you douche. Details. Does it tell me the time and stuff? I don't see where it tells me what the time I set it for is. But I think the live stream does. Let me go back. And look at live. And well, let me look at my calendar. That's the best thing to do because I scheduled it on my calendar. So let me just do this real quick. Yeah, all right. Let me come back to here. I love workspaces in Linux. Anyway, yeah, so the live stream is of Monday, Mind Test Monday Live will start at 6. And so the video that's the premiere before it, which I did in hopes that it would generate interest for the live stream, frankly. And that will be, because it's 46 minutes, I guess. I thought it was shorter than that, but it's 46 minutes. So, a few, like probably 10 after or something like that, because I think I set it to have a countdown before it starts, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Well, we'll see what happens. I'll be doing it again in the future, I'm sure. So, yeah, anyways, let me catch up on the comments here. Wow, over 50? Oh, right now my thing is telling me that I have 48. But it says I have 277 views, which is odd because that means a bunch of people have come in and bailed, which disappoints me. I guess they just, I guess I just don't appeal to everybody. That's fine. Alphanumeric countdown tapping, please. Alphanumeric countdown tapping. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Well, if you can't make it all up, that's fine, come in when you can, hang out as you can, and enjoy it, however it serves you to do so, and yeah, it's all groovy, baby. So, do you mean alphanumeric countdown, like you want me to just do, like, as I'm tapping, say 10, 9, 8, 10, or whatever, 10, 9, 8, 7, like that? Is that what you're after? Like 10. Hey, vexing. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, yes, I will do the tracing. What I was left off before, right? 3, 2, and 1. And I guess I could do ABCs, right? That seems odd to say ABC. Anyways, or do you mean for me to do the, as part of the tracing thing? Oh, recite the alphabet? Like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I guess I could do another number countdown. So 10, 9, do a little bit of the tracing thing. And all right. As usual, I will. Well, which one do I want to do first? I guess I will do the digits first. So I'll just count up the digits if that's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and of course 0. Now for the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, or Z if you prefer. Okay, there was some tracing. I might revisit that again just because it doesn't really take that long to do, and it's, I don't know. What else do I feel like doing now? Oh, you know what I haven't done tonight is the beard brush. Okay, beard brush. I'll do some tapping on the back of it. Actually, let me do this first because I like this noise as well. Let me get some of the hairs out here. Where's my wastebasket? And I'll try this here. Well, yeah, it wouldn't be that hard for me to. Yes, this Monday is Mind Test. This Monday is Mind Test Live, Xing. So at 5:15, or actually a little bit before 5:15, there will be the premiere video. And after that, at 6 p.m., I will start Mind Test Monday Live. Yeah, I think it has been a good stream, David. Thanks for coming in. I know I'm going to try this. A brush on a brush. What is that like? I don't know. I kind of like it. What do you think? Yeah, I hope it does turn out fun. I think when I do the Mind Test Lives, I might vary that during the time of day. You know what I mean? Since it's not really going to be a regular weekly thing, you know what I mean? I think it's okay if I like this time I'll do it at 6 p.m. my time. Maybe the next time I'll do it like, I don't know, more like, I don't know, I can just move it around, make it later or earlier or whatever, just because it changes whose bedtime it is. So how much time is there left? Okay, let me, I will do, I'll set up to do a couple of games of Mastermind after the next break. And that'll be the last break, of course, but man, I like that sound too. Man, I'm really in the mood for sounds working for me tonight. Yeah, I think that's, well, it will happen, Kate Manda, as far as the being able to play, but that's going to be a ways off, I think. Because I want to finish at least my mansion, or whatever it's going to be called. And then I want to go check out somebody else's game, or a couple of them maybe. Just so I can, have an idea about what gameplay actually is successful, you know what I mean? And then after I'm done with that, then I will go build a world that people can play in. Now, when I get to the point of where I'm building the world that other people will play, I may not do all of that in front of you guys, because I think that would just take too long, you know what I mean? Because it's already taking forever just to build this manor, you know what I mean? And that's only because I only play it while you guys are watching. Yeah, like I said before, hold-ups, I'm not interested in getting the shortest number of guesses or anything like that. I'm looking for a reliable method where I can I can always beat it unless I screw up my logic. And that's all I want, because I play these games for relaxation and enjoyment. I don't really, I'm not looking to beat anybody. Now, having said that, I am proud of the fact that I'm really good at Wordle. I mean, I don't know that I'm one of in the very top percentile at it, but I can tell the country by silhouette first guess a lot of the time. I think the current length of my current streak is just short of 60. Something like that, maybe, I don't know. But it wasn't because I got one wrong, it was because I missed a day. Oh, there we go. Break time again. Let me go back to breaking. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, Kate, man, I never thought about doing it that way, of having it be a collective build. That's an interesting idea. Maybe I should do that. Figure out a way of, maybe I should make that a Patreon perk. If you want to be part of the collective build, you have to join Patreon. I don't know, I think that's a good idea. Because I'm going to have to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, capitalist in my approach to things, because, I like the idea of not having anything behind a paywall, but I also realize that if I want to have a life where I do creative stuff for the world, I need to figure out a way of getting paid for it. That's just the reality of it. But yeah, that's an interesting idea, Kate, man. I had not even thought of that. That's really fantastic. Thank you. Okay, balloons, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I am okay with the Wordle too. Again, I'm not like, Mr. Top percentile, I don't believe, but I think I'm pretty consistently, solid, which is, that's what I want. I just want to have fun and enjoy the game. Yeah, exactly. Ops. I'm just more interested in having fun. Oh yeah, Vexing Live. That's a really good idea. Yeah, it's a good perspective on the idea. So I think, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff like that I need to get off my butt and get better at managing my time and get that done. Like, another thing I'm considering is trying to set something up on Discord where there can be like group chat, video chat things, because I'm pretty sure that's available there. I might misunderstand what goes on with it because I haven't really spent that much time there. I mean, yeah, there's a couple of people that I'm now interacting with, two, in fact. And it's, yeah, and I don't really spend much time there, so I don't really take advantage of it as a communication thing to its fullest. Frankly, I don't even take fullest advantage of what Patreon offers as far as, what things I can post and all that stuff. So I just need to get better at, that's, you know, part of the thing. I just need to get better at doing the business of it rather than just, you know, making videos and kind of going, oh, there you go. Yeah, and you're right, that the filter idea is kind of, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to do a little bit of mastermind. So give me a sec. I need to, because I have that on Firefox as opposed to Brave, because for some reason Brave doesn't want to, it doesn't want to render it properly. I'm not sure what's going on with that browser, but man, I hate that browsers do that. I remember when I used to do computer stuff back, well, more than 20 years ago. Well, I guess I ended just about 20, well, actually a little bit less than 20 years ago is when I stopped doing it for money. But the big things were anything that was a Mozilla / Netscape kind of a thing versus the Internet Explorer thing, because they rendered stuff differently, so you were constantly having to like do the thing where you can ping their browser to see what's up, you know what I mean? And then say, oh, if it's this, then you follow this set of code, and if it's that, follow that set of code. And it's like, could you just make it consistent, man? I'd like to just make the stuff and have it work. Okay, so mastermind here. Oops, there's a flash of that stuff. Sorry, gang. So let me do this here like that. Okay, now I need to, I have to go over to here, and then now I have to switch this to, where is it at? Where is it? There we go. Mastermind. All right. And, you know, I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger just because, I don't know, I feel like doing that. I think that'll still be inside of the thing. And oh, hang on, I need to do this, don't I? It's somehow out of this one here. I think I need to bring it there. I don't know how I got out of alignment. Oh, I know what it was. I had to push the octotal one up to show the entirety of the keyboard. Okay, I think that's good to go. So now let me get back over to here. And yeah, okay, so let's go. So as usual, I just do a single color. Nope, no red. I'll do blue. There's one blue. Let's toss in yellow. There's two of them, and I got the blue. God, that was a good guess. Lucky, right? Now I'll do green. Okay, it's meaning that the yellow needs to move. And let's throw in the pink. All right, who do I think it is? Well, it's not gonna, it has to be the green and pink, doesn't it? Because it can't be the, it could be these two though, couldn't it? So, well, you know, here, I'm gonna try that. So I'm gonna say pink, then I'm gonna say green and yellow, right? There's no reason that like that's consistent with it, right? Because that would be like that, yeah, okay, let's see what happens. What do you know? There it was. All right, let's do another one here. You know what I need to do? I need to do this really quick. I need to add this, and I want to add existing, and I want this one. And let's shrink it, because I don't want it that big. And there we go. So now I can actually see the other thing there. Now let me do this back to here, and let me do this back to here. There we go. And there's no red. There is no blue either. There is one yellow. Okay, there is one green, which I'll put there, I guess. And we'll keep the yellow there because that red indicates that I guessed it properly. Let's toss in the pink to see what's up. Oops. All right, one of the, well, pink is in one of those spots. Choose the left-hand one. Toss in the white. how's it going, man? Aloha. All right, there's red. Ooh, that's nice because now we know blue has to go there. We don't know about red for sure anywhere, what its position is anyway. Okay, well, we know blue for sure. It's going to be red that needs to move because otherwise yellow has nowhere to go. Let's toss in green. Okay, it wasn't. So red needs to move over one more, and it was this yellow instead. Let's toss in the pink. Okay, now it's just which one of these is it? What do you know? There you go. Oh, this game is Mastermind Online. If you go to earlier this week, oh, you know, I don't know, did I remember to put the link in? I might not have. Ooh, if I didn't. But it's Mastermind Online. So if you just search Mastermind Online, that's what you'll get here. Oh, I'll go back here, right? This is their thing. Right, well, here, let me, warning, I'm going to shrink the thing, so it means it's going to do the white flash. So if those of you who don't want to see bright flashes, you know, cover your eyes. Okay, yeah, it's play.org mastermind-online. We know what the slash is there. All right, let's go back to being in the dark mode that's large. All right, you know, just for kicks, let's do duplicates. Yeah, I recommend it. I find it fun and enjoyable. You know, and if you can develop your own strategy for doing it, that's fantastic. But here's the thing, it really is just sort of basic logic, and I think it's good for the human brain, you know, to play these sorts of games. I believe it's about, you know, maintaining a certain amount of neuroplasticity, I think is the right term. Hey, one blue. And we'll toss in this yellow. All right, again, we know yellow has to go there now. We'll move the blue, and let's test for green. And so we know the yellow for sure. Oh, I can't, you know, this is the same old story, right? The blue has to move, and it's one of those greens are correct. And now let's toss in the pink. All right, the pink's not in, but the others are in position. Oops, come on, there we go. And let's toss in the white. Nope, no white. Oh, here, I just had a thought. I don't know how it would work. I'm wondering, how would we do, could I like do backgammon on a live stream and like play you guys? You know what I mean? I don't know how it would work, how to, I mean, I would physically move the pieces, but how you guys would say, you know, I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Maybe that's more, maybe that's just too complex for my brain to deal with right now. Anyway, okay, what time have I got here? Oh, I still got 7 minutes. So let's play a couple more of these. Oh, I didn't get any duplicates, did I? Interesting. No red. How about blue? 2 blues. See, there we go. Now we got some repeats. Oops. All right, that's nice because we know that where the blues go, they got to go there. See, I think having duplicates actually makes it easier. All right, it's only one green. I'll just pick the left-hand side for whatever reason. Let's toss in a pink. Nope, but we know what to do now. Wow. Oh yeah, I think it makes it easier. tempted to try an 8 tonight. Although, was it last week when I did one of the 6s and it really kicked my butt? I mean, I finally cracked it, but it was really, I think I made a couple of silly assumptions, and I might have even made a couple of errors or whatever, but it really kind of kicked my butt a little bit, but I did get there eventually. It's really rare I don't solve any of these, but again, I'm not a perfect human, obviously, so. And toss in the white. Nope, okay, so it's the white over here, the pink there, and then this and this, and that should be the end of that. Voila. Alright, yeah, I'm going to try an 8. Do I want it with duplicates or not? No, I'll take it without duplicates, I think, just to see. Alright, here we go. Again, we know all 8 colors are in, but I do the way I do here because I'm looking to eliminate positions and stuff, so. Alright, well, we know blue goes there for sure. Now let's move red. Okay, well, we know the blue goes somewhere. And we know it's the yellow that's in the right place. I just don't know which of all those yellows it is. So let's move the red over once. Now let's try green. Alright, so which ones? Blue. I'm going to say the green. And I'm going to move the red and the yellow. And let's toss in the pink. Yikes, okay. How do I want to do this? Do I want to think that this is right or that it could have been? All right, let's keep going with what I have until I see something that contradicts it. If that's the case, that means pink has to be in one of those, right? But that's if the green is there, right? So let's put the pink here. Let's move the red. Let's move the yellow. And now let's, we already have pink. Let's put in white. Oops, come on. Wow, okay. What do I have here? 2 of 4 different colors. Oh, that's an interesting idea. I just, you know, I've developed this method, and that's kind of just the way I work. So I will continue on with this assumption for the moment. Pink only has one more place to try. Means white will have to go in one of these 2 spots. I'll pick the left hand one of the options. Let's just move red and yellow. And now let's toss in the black. All right, I'm going to say, I'm going to stick with these just because it's, I can see consistent things that work with the logic of it, so we'll just keep going. Let's see, I think I'm going to say that it's the pink. That's the third one. That's going to mean that white goes here. That means that red and yellow will each move. I will put black here and toss in purple. Let's see what I get. What kind of a knot have I tied for myself? Oh, okay. So which 2 do I want to flip? I'm not flipping the red and the yellow because that's obvious because of the yellow goes whatever. It's not. So I think what can go there that hasn't been put there yet? Which 2 to flip? Well, I can't flip the black and the purple. I can't flip. What can I flip? Oops, there's my counter thing. Well, all right, I'm going to keep going until I finish this, and then I'll probably chat with you guys for a few minutes, and then so we'll run over a bit. I don't even know why I turned on the white clock because it doesn't matter, so I'm going to stop it. Let's just say pause, reset, I don't care. Let's put you there. Let me just do this back to OBS. Let's just make those both invisible because... Right, okay. Let me get back to what I'm trying to do here. All right. I think I can switch this one here, right? Because clearly I'm guessing the blue and one of the yellows, but I move, yes, it could be this. So I'm going to say that I'm switching the purple and the yellow, I think is what will work. Let's give that a go, shall we? Otherwise, it's going to be a bigger knot than I think. And I want the purple here at the end now. There we go. What do you know? Not so bad, huh? All right, so I'm going to go back to just the normal, this thing here, and let's just chat for a few minutes. Let me make the clocks invisible here too, because they're not doing any job anymore. So the stream is technically over, but I'm just going to hang out just for a couple of minutes. Good night, Ben. Have a good night's sleep, man. I hope you can get there. Yeah, I hope you all can, get some sleep. I hope if you came for tingles, you got that. I mean, well, I hope you, got what you needed to get. So, does anybody else have a quick question before I bail? I'll give you guys just a minute or so to... Nothing too involved, please, because I'll just say, hey, let's save that for next stream. But if it's a quick thing, I'll answer it quickly. Thanks, Kate Manda. I appreciate that. Hope to see you on Monday. Yeah, nice. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Lullaby. Right on. Good suggestion, Kate Manda. Okay. Here we go. La da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 do That's a good suggestion, Owen. La da 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 la da 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 la da da la da da la da 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 I hope you guys all get a good rest, and thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope to see you all on Monday for Mind Test Monday Live, 6 p.m. West Coast time, California time. And otherwise, come hang out with me again next week on Saturday. That'd be fantastic. And no, I don't do TikTok. I tried to get a TikTok account. It wouldn't work. I don't know. I just had so much trouble with it functioning properly that I just got, pissed off and said, well, screw you guys. It's not worth the effort. So anyway, you're welcome, Rob. It's good having you here. That's cool, Cole Smith. I'm glad. Okay, gang. That's it for me tonight. I'm going to go chill out. I bought myself some dark chocolate that I'm going to go have with maybe either a glass of milk or some mint tea. And maybe find something. Maybe I'll watch an episode of Apothecary Diaries. I really like that show. I've actually rewatched it more than once now. Anyway, aloha, siblings.